Trevor, we got AEW Dynasty coming up this Sunday from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a packed show. Look at all of these
I will
matches.
say this is probably the smallest card for AEW show that I've seen in a while.
It is, my good friend, it is still Tuesday as of
It's
this
still
recording. We have
true. Tony Khan will probably
3
16
shows.
matches tomorrow.
We have 3 shows in between now that Tony will definitely add some matches to. But right now, the card as it stands, 8 matches, 8 fantastic matches. Let me just run through them real quick. We obviously have the big dream match, Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. We also have the TBS Championship on the line, Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. Samoa Joe defending the All Elite Wrestling World Championship against Swerve Strickland. The AEW Women's World Championship being defended against Tony Storm defending against Thunder Rosa. A 6-man tag team match, Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and the one, the only, Mr. Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black. AEW International Championship being defended against Kyle O'Reilly by Roderick Strong. The Young Bucks FTR ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. And the AEW Continental Championship. Pac versus the one, the only, the Rainmaker, Okada.
First and foremost,
my guy.
First and foremost, you have some great matches on those, but let's just talk about the 4 bangers. Like the 4 bangers off Bucks, Pac, Okada, Ospreay, Bryan, Danielson, like Willow Nightingale. And my girl, dude, I said 4. It's actually 5 bangers, like off, like.
Bro, I have to disagree with you. It's 8 out of 8. These are all bangers.
Oh well, yeah, they are all bangers. You're right, but like, I'm just saying that the ones that like really stand out to me are those 5, but they're all banger matches.
Yeah. Let's go through them one by one. First, let's start with probably the match that had like the weakest build, but it's still probably going to be a spectacular match. The AEW TNT champion Adam Copeland teaming up with Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe to take on the House of Black. Trevor, first of all, what are your thoughts? Because at first we thought we were getting, maybe Malachi versus Adam Copeland.
That's what I was actually hoping. Actually,
yeah, that seemed to be the challenge laid out.
For a title match.
Yep, that's what we all thought. But now we're getting a 6-man tag match. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's always good to see my ROH World Champion in wrestle, Mr. Mark Briscoe. But
acknowledge him.
Have to. But yeah, I mean, it's a match. It's not the biggest build-up, but dude, you got some bangers in there. The House of Black, Buddy Murphy, Malachi Black, Brody King, and also on the other side you got Mark Briscoe, Eddie Kingston, and Adam Copeland. Like, I mean, Eddie Kingston aside, this is going to be a great match.
It is going to be a fantastic match.
It's going to be fun. It's a lot of fun.
So who do you think gets the victory here?
This one can go honestly either way, but I think it's going to be the big 3.
Sir, what you mean the big 3? It's a 3-on-3 match.
I call them the big 3. I would call the other one the actual name, because they have a team name. The other ones don't.
Well,
Adam Copeland.
Look. Wait, is that
Adam
your name?
Copeland.
I thought no. See, when you said big 3, I was like, wait, Jade? She's not here.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Adam Copeland, Kingston, and
Briscoe.
And Mark.
Cool. Yep, I agree with that. I would love to see the baby faces win. Although the one thing that's seems to be the case, you're going to have a lot of baby faces going over on this show in some big.
Yeah, I think so too. Except for Except if they let we'll get to that. Never mind. We'll get to
No,
that.
no, no, no. You gotta give the people what they want.
Except if Swerve wins the title. If Swerve wins the title, he's not necessarily a face. So
Ooh, we got some
yeah.
stuff. We gonna talk about it, Trevor. Moving on, let's talk about the International Championship. Champion Roderick Strong defending against his one-time friend, now foe seemingly, Kyle O'Reilly, after weeks of trying to get him to join the Undisputed Kingdom and failing to do so. Kyle O'Reilly was finally turned on by Roderick Strong as he attacked him on Collision last week. And now we have the matchup. International title on the line. There's like a lot of history between these two. What are your thoughts here?
I was waiting for this match. I knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. Kyle O'Reilly has actually always been my favorite out of that group. He's always been my favorite out of the the group even when they were undisputed, when they were in NXT. I've always been a fan of Kyle O'Reilly. His just style in the ring has always been just nasty. Like he on the Indies, he tore the Indies up when he was hot. But I love this match. I think it's going to be fun. I mean, Roger Strong proves he can still go. So I can't wait. I can't wait for the match. Even though I honestly think Roger's going to win, I don't think they're going to drop the belt yet because of what they're trying to build here with the Undisputed Kingdom. But yeah, I can't wait to see Kyle O'Reilly in action.
I think this match has the potential to be like probably the best match. Think about what that means. Like, I think these two are going to go out there with the mentality that, like, all right, we are on a stacked card. Everyone knows we're two of the best wrestlers in the world. Let's go out there and just absolutely kill it. I think this is going to be.
They're going to tear the house down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you could say that about any match on this card, but man, like this is going to be next level. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It's going to be a lot of fun, but and one thing that I don't know if the viewers know, but one thing about Kyle O'Reilly, he is stiff. He is a stiff practitioner, dude. He has some of the best elbows I've seen. Like and his kicks are great too. Like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, Roderick can also be pretty stiff in his matches, but it's gonna be fun. A lot of fun.
I just found the draft rules, so we will go over those at the end. Anyway, but yep. So I agree with you though. I think Roddy pulls it out. Like he just got his title, so we're gonna give it some time to breathe. And look, I think the story is going to be who does Kyle O'Reilly enlist to help him? In this feud with the Undisputed Kingdom. Trevor,
is it? I have some beliefs, but I don't know if this is gonna be it.
Well, my friend, there is a pay-per-view coming up in June that it emanates from the most beautiful place in the world, Long Island, New York.
New York, yeah.
And if they can drag this out for another 2 months,
I think they can. I think they have the ability to do so.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, think about this. MJF enlisting Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to take on the Undisputed Kingdom. Imagine that. Like, against
is Bobby still wrestling? I know he was on TNA.
Bobby, look, Bobby's out there, doing his thing on the indie. Like, I'm not sure where he and AEW are, but if there's a chance to bring him back,
older wrestlers, Bobby Fish is killing it.
That man has been wrestling since Vern Gagne was a twinkle in his father's eyes. Think about what that means.
Dude,
so
yeah, Bobby's what? Is he 50? He's not 50.
He's like right around 50 years old. But like the joke is Bobby Fish has like literally been wrestling since the Stone Age. So shout out to Bobby. Except some of your beliefs. Anyway, but that's a lot of wrestlers have terrible beliefs. Anyway, moving on, Trevor, what match should we talk about next? So many.
Let's see. You know what? How about that tag team match? FTR versus the Young Bucks. Ladder match.
Well, first things first, we got to talk about that damn segment, Trevor. They showed the footage. Of CM Punk and Jack Perry's little tussle.
No,
What'd you
no.
think?
Have you seen the footage of CM Punk actually talking about it, and then they put the footage that they showed next to it, and how it miraculously doesn't match what he's saying?
Whoa, no. It matches almost exactly what he says in that footage. What
Yeah,
the thing that doesn't match is like kind of his like description of what like one Jack Perry said, and also his description of like
right, right,
some of
right,
the
right. You're
events
right.
leading
You're
up
right.
to
You're right.
it.
Yep,
But
yep.
anyway, but there's been a lot of talk online about that footage, Trevor. Was it the right thing for AEW to release that and make it part of the story?
You know what? I said on this show last week with you and said absolutely it was the worst decision Tony Khan's ever made. I don't know if it was now. Like I still don't think no, I still don't think it should have been put out there like that. It made part of the storyline, but it's getting a lot of talks, and people are like, "This guy is nuts." Some people are watching because of that. Some people are like, I'm staying away. But like, if you're getting a 50-50, that can't be bad for business. Like but the way it was done, it wasn't done how I thought it was going to be done.
Hmm.
It was done actually kind of, if you can call something like this tasteful, kind of tastefully. But like it was one of those things that definitely has mixed reviews. I mean, everything you do in pro wrestling is going to have mixed reviews. No one's going to agree on everything. But I don't know if it was the worst thing to do at this point, though.
So it ultimately it's TBD because we have to see what the long-term impact is, particularly
Right.
with Jack Perry, because it seems to have done some good for him.
It has, definitely has.
But for this story in this match, I wholeheartedly still believe that it was the wrong decision to air the footage
Right.
because nobody's talking about this match.
No one's talking about the match. The match, no. The situation in general, and is AEW company is getting buzz, which is great. But you're absolutely right. The match is null and void. No one really cares about this match, to be honest with you.
Like, I mean, like, people care. Like, AEW fans care. Like, that's the thing. Like, my thing is, if you're going for telling a great story, which is what I'm always looking for, right? Then, like, you were better off, in my view, touting, like, oh, the Young Bucks have, like, you know, a special presentation or whatever about the situation in All In, and literally do exactly what they did. The promos, word for word, everything exactly the way they did, but don't show the footage. Because here's the issue, Trevor, with the footage. It got to a place in people's heads, right, where, like, everyone believed, like, this footage was going to be, like, oh, my God, there's this massive thing that, like, oh, Jack Perry fought CM Punk blood. Like, everyone thought it was going to be this massive thing that, like, you know,
Didn't live up to the hype.
either clearly vindicated or, you know, implied Punk or whatever, or indicted Punk. And the truth of the matter is, it was exactly what we've been talking about. It was a fight that was quickly broken up, where it looked like Punk seemed to be the instigator in the physical altercation. It's what we've known. It's literally what Punk said. So for me, right, like, or like the way that things played out, they did the segment, and no one's talking about what the Young Bucks said. No one even listens to a word the Young Bucks said. Everyone's just talking about the promo, or sorry, the footage. And look, the stink of the footage situation has basically gone away at this point. Like, it was a massive deal for a week. People were talking about AEW gonna go out of business like WCW. Look at that now, WWE gonna win. Like,
I mean, that was the biggest thing. Oh, they're gonna do this. They're gonna sick themselves. They're committing career suicide. Blah 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 blah.
the amount of dishonest takes I've heard about that from like like some creators who I respect, others who I quite frankly don't. It has been laughable. Like I understand if you have an agenda against against AEW or against WWE that, like, you want them to go out of business, but as fans, like, no one should want that. And honestly, like, when you're talking about a company going out of business, you have to look at things from a business standpoint as well. From a business standpoint, AEW is about to be a profitable company once their next contract kicks in. That's just the truth. That is just the truth. Whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. Whether you want to type on your little keyboard or on your phone, like, about how I stand with WWE, I stand with AEW, doesn't matter. Both companies are going to be around for a while. It would take something catastrophic for either one of them to fail.
Absolutely.
So my advice to anyone who's out there and just all you do is complain about something, go find something you like. Well, there's already enough negativity out there, I don't know. That's just my takeaway from this situation. Just stop the tribal BS.
But that's the thing, though. They do like pro wrestling, which is why they crap on it.
No, there's a lot of fans who are just around Trevor to like crap on pro wrestling. It's a weird thing with fandom, and you know this like better than I do, right?
I mean, I was being facetious, but honestly, you're absolutely right. Like, I've noticed with any fan of anything, right? Like, you have your negativity. Like, you have your fans of football, like, oh, they don't care about them boys. What about CTE? What about this? What about that? Oh, he hit him good. Good job. He knocked him out. Oh, good job. Good job. Like, you can't kiss your own ass and downplay yourself in the same sentence. You can't do that. But you have your fans of everything, every movie, every sport, every fighter, every whatever, like, that will support and be like, hey, like, this is great. And then you're like, you know what? I don't like the other company. Have you ever seen that other company? No, you know what? All they do is steal other wrestlers. All they do, none of the wrestlers have they ever made themselves. Sonny Kiss, Joey Janela. Can I name?
We want to talk about homegrown
Orange
AEW.
Cassidy. Darby Allin was a star before he came. Can we like honestly, like, just get out of the business?
AJ Styles. Oh, you want to talk about the other company? AJ Styles, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes.
I'll have you know that these sophisticated wrestling fans are getting on my nerves. Not the whiny ones, but the sophisticated ones that I'll have you know. Cody got started in WWE, in OVW, their promotion. And he wasn't a star anywhere else. His career went to shit when he left WWE.
His career went to where when he left that?
No,
his career began when he left WWE. Let's be honest here.
You wouldn't know who Cody Rhodes was if he didn't leave WWE.
If Cody Rhodes did not leave WWE, he would never have been a world champion.
No, he wouldn't. He'd still be complaining about his storyline.
But and
they decided to use his father's death in a storyline. Why you keep talking about this man's father? God, I am so sick of this.
Now you're just giving out about Cody.
Jesus.
Shout out to Cody.
Yeah, shout out to Cody, definitely. But no, like, honestly, I'm sick of the so-called quote-unquote wrestling fans that know, like, maybe three main facts and complain about everything else.
Oh, they're going to tell you in the comment section. I'll tell you what. They're going to tell you about it. They're going to tell you about those 3 facts.
Exactly.
Shout out your 3 facts in the comment section. We got Unlimited Powers, and Seth Rollins was seen eating dinner with Moxley and Claudio last night in Ohio, according to Cage Side Seats website. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, they're friends.
They are friends. It is interesting that his contract is up. I'm sure that Mox has, like, at least been like, hey, you ever thought about it? Like, like that.
You ever thought about leaving? Well, I think it also depends on what Becky does, too, because Becky's contract's up, too.
Yeah.
So I think it also depends on what Becky wants to do. But
looks like Becky's coming back pretty soon.
Oh, okay. I mean, but you gotta understand, like, him and Will Ospreay have been talking trash for the longest time.
If in the, like, whatever 5% chance they actually are able to land Seth Rollins, if they're able to cut that from if they're able to have that feud, I don't care what the censors or what the fine is. Tony, let him get like 3 F-bombs off. Just let Will Ospreay get like 3 of them off in one segment.
That's all I'm asking for.
You, bro, get out of my freaking head, bro. You, I was in your freaking head, bro. Come on, bro. Frick you, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be great. But, again, this is just speculation. It's like you said, like less than a 5% chance.
Joe said, what did you miss? A lot of BS. We complained about Hulk Hogan for a minute.
Yeah, Joe. You missed the Hulk Hogan dissing 30-minute segment that I'm going to get a lot of flack for.
Anyway, let's get back to this pay-per-view that I don't know how we got off this track. Let's get back to the pay-per-view. So, Trevor, FTR, Young Bucks, who wins?
Young Bucks.
Good Christian boys.
They need to.
Some noise.
To continue this heel run that they're going, they have to win the belt. They have to. It makes no sense for them not to. They have to win this belt.
For sure.
And they have to do it in the most dishonest way possible.
The real question, Trevor, do we get Jack Perry in St. Louis helping them win?
Honestly, I say it would help their case if you did. To be honest, I say it would help the storyline if you did. I don't think you're gonna get it though, but it would totally help the storyline if Jack Perry came out and helped.
It is going to be amazing right up until he picks up a mic and we get
Jack Perry.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm not just a goat. I'm a scapegoat. Jack Perry.
You're Jack Perry.
I don't like what people on the internet saying about me. Jack Perry.
Your Jack Perry impersonation always makes me want tapioca.
That's my man's eating at the old folks home, bro. Nah. I'll love the Jack. I think his work at the New Japan Windy City Riot show was awesome though. He like
yeah. It
was a really fun show.
Didn't see that show? Definitely check it out. He looked amazing in that show. He definitely did. I mean, all the jokes we make about Jack Perry and every other wrestler, he actually is talented. He actually can wrestle
for sure. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the one, the only, the TBS Championship. Willow Nightingale facing off against TBS champion Julia Hart for the belt. Mercedes in the background has kept her eye on this match because it seems to be the case that whoever wins this match, Trevor, will face Mercedes at Double or Nothing. What do you think?
I think that this is a great match, and I honestly, we've rant and raved about how good Julia Hart has been, and she's been a great TBS champion. Like she has gotten leaps and bounds so much better, and I love what they're doing with her. Willow Nightingale, what can you say about Willow Nightingale that hasn't already been said? Willow is such a great wrestler. Like she's so good. With that being said, to me it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have Willow win and then have Mercedes and Willow have that, have their rematch pretty much. But I think that might be what they're building, even though I don't think it would make a whole lot of sense because she's going to drop it quick. Because Mercedes is going to win that belt. They're going to put a belt on her, and they're going to put a belt on her quick.
Willow winning that belt is going to be awesome because she will win. That's my prediction.
Right.
But the potential here for a heel run with Willow, like I genuinely believe this. I think they should have Mercedes Moné lose her first match in AEW.
Now her first championship or first match?
She's likely gonna have her first match at Double or Nothing. She's already stated that.
Okay.
I think it's going to be for the TBS belt, and I think it's going to be against Willow Nightingale. That would kind of make sense. I think that Mercedes should lose her first match. Everyone in that building and everyone watching at home is going to believe that she's winning.
You know what? That's a good point.
And like you can and like people are gonna be like, "Oh, you can't bury her." That's not burying her. If she
It's not
loses to
buried.
Willow, and it's not a clean finish, you're doing two things. You're accomplishing two things. Number one, you're doing the thing that everyone thinks that's a predictable outcome. The Mercedes wins. It's her first match. Blah blah blah. But you're kind of like swerving them, but doing it with a purpose because you can have Mercedes win the next two matches in the feud, go up in the feud, and kind of like even tell a story of like Mercedes, like, man, I thought it was gonna be easy here. Like, honestly, I thought it was gonna be easy here. Like, I came to change things, but turns out I'm the one who needs to change a little bit to adjust to this, right? Because it's different here. And there's like a bit of a story you can tell. And then on top of that, right, the rub goes to Willow. Like, and at a time where she needs it. She won the Owen Hart Cup last year, and it barely did squat for her.
No.
I think she needs more than a month to establish herself as a champion. And on top of that, you also, I think, need to give her a big win. There's no bigger win right now than Mercedes Moné.
I mean, it does make sense. It does make sense. And it actually, now, not saying that it doesn't, but it actually gives the TBS title some legitimacy, some more legitimacy that I think it needs. I mean, just the run that Julia Hart has had with it, to me, has boosted up a lot. I think Chris Statlander helped too, but I don't think Chris Statlander was allowed to hold it long enough, if that makes sense. But I honestly agree that it would be a honest, like, what was the mind screw if they let Monet lose to Willow for that belt. And it honestly, it does nothing but, you want to see Monet more, you want to see her get back on her feet and dust herself off, and you can't stop watching Willow. Like, she turned heel, she's going nuts, she's doing this. It would help. It definitely will help. It'll kind of give you WrestleMania 39 Cody Rhodes vibes, because we both thought he should have lost that match, and we thought it would have did something better if they didn't screw with the storyline. But like, this is a chance to see what it could have been with him, honestly. Because honestly, I think that's a great idea.
Liam says, I'm still out here driving to the Banks theme song. Had a dream, none of me, none of mine. Sasha Banks, baby. Who is Britt Baker going to go up against? Well. There's a few people that she could go up against. I will talk about who I think she's going to go up against when we talk about our next match, which is, of course, Trevor, the AEW, Women's World Championship match. Timeless Toni Storm against the one, the only, the former champion who did not lose her belt, Thunder Rosa. Yeah.
I love Thunder Rosa. I do.
We all love Thunder Rosa. All right, man. Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, AEW Women's World Championship on the line. What are your thoughts?
I gotta give credit where credit is due, right? Tony has done a great job, and so has Toni Storm done a great job with this timeless character. Dude, I cannot believe it took her people this long to let her be her. Like, this character is amazing. Timeless Toni Storm is probably one of the best heel characters I've seen in a long time. Like, honestly, and that's saying a lot. I don't know how you feel about it, and you're gonna tell me afterwards. But I honestly love Timeless Toni Storm. I love the work she's been doing. She's been funny. She's been crass. She's been absolutely confusing, and I love it. And it works for her. It absolutely works for her. The build up to this match was decent, right? Don't you agree? I think
it's been fine. Yeah, I think like, they have been telling a story. I would have preferred them having like an in-ring promo, but
yeah, me too. But you do what you can do, right? Yeah, I mean, that's AEW for you, unfortunately. But especially when it comes to that women's division. But anyway, baby steps, right? Baby steps.
Very small baby steps. This is growing concerned about. I'm growing concerned about the baby.
Kind of like tiptoes, like that. But no, like honestly, I think this is gonna be a good match. But I think they should. I don't think Tony's done with the title. I think she should win. I think that's how you build it up. Tony should win because I have a feeling that someone is gonna say something in a minute, and I say someone talking about this guy here.
Timeless Tony Storm has been doing the work of her career. She has absolutely electrified every storyline that she's been in. She has made Dynamite a much better show to watch. Every time she's on screen, I go nuts because I think she's the best. I love it. I want to see more of it. And that is exactly why she should lose the AEW Women's World Championship at Dynasty. And that's why I think she will lose. I think Thunder Rosa wins. And part of it is, I think, it's getting about to the time where we might want to think about turning Tony Storm into a face again, because she's just so over.
Yeah.
But because she's already a tweener, basically. She's loving the adulation. Yeah. But mostly, Trevor, Thunder Rosa out here. You want to make her return feel important. And you want to make her as a character feel important. Because remember, she was the world champion when she left due to injury back in 2022. That was almost 2 years ago.
She honestly had one of the worst runs.
But it was because of the injury.
Yeah, it was. I'm not saying it was her fault. No, it's not one of her fault. I mean, but no, it was because of the injury. You're absolutely right.
But Trev, if they were to pick right back up where they left off, you do two things. Number one, you reestablish Thunder Rosa as a dominant force in that women's division in the same way that she was right before she left. So that instead of like doing all the work of a slow burn climb back up to the top, boom, it's right there. You establish her as a threat. And then she wins, she's celebrating. And as she's celebrating, she's got the title in the air, the music's playing, Thunder Rosa, do, 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 all this stuff. And then we just hear, Doctor will see you now. Bro, you wanna build up. You already sold this pay-per-view to people, right? Yeah. Dynasty's already. Yeah. You want to sell some more pay-per-view tickets? You want to sell some? Britt Baker comes out and she just looks at Thunder Rosa and it's like, oh, AEW is back. That's 2022 again, baby. Let's go.
And we're still waiting for Jamie Hayter to come back too.
Yeah, we're waiting for Jamie Hayter, but I think Britt Baker is close. Britt Baker is close.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point though. That is a valid point. Toni Storm has done her job with that title. She definitely has. Like, it wouldn't be a crime if she lost it. Honestly, my opinion is that she doesn't lose it, but it wouldn't be a crime if she lost it.
I also think the thing with Toni Storm is she's got this storyline that's been developing with Mariah May that doesn't need the title. You know?
She doesn't. She really doesn't. She doesn't need to hold the title. She's one of those superstars that definitely does not need to hold the title for her to be interesting. And like you said, that story with Mariah May is definitely helping out a lot.
It's like Kyle O'Reilly don't even like Kyle O'Reilly anymore, man. That's crazy. Job saying, I miss Rebel. We do too. Shout out to Rebel.
Yeah, I miss Rebel. And she's been hurt for 3,000 years, but I miss Rebel.
All right, moving on, Trevor. Let's talk about the Continental Championship. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, versus the Bastard Pac. Ooh. This right here, bro.
This, again, you said this earlier about the Kyle O'Reilly match. This could steal the show.
No, this will steal the show. Not could. It will.
This could definitely steal the show. This could be the match of the night.
My goodness. Like the sheer variety when Pac came back on that random episode of Collision, I was like, oh. And he was like staring down with Okada. It was one of the funniest things because Okada was just like looking down at him, and Pac was like leaning into him, like, "What are you gonna do?" It's like a little bulldog, like a French bulldog going into him. Bro, this I can't wait for this match. I know we all know Okada's gonna win. We all know that. I can't wait for this match. It's gonna be a banger,
dude. It's gonna be a great match, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna be Pac versus the Rainmaker. I cannot wait. Malachi Black. I can't wait for Pac. I cannot wait for Pac. Like, he also is one of those guys that unfortunately gets hurt a lot.
Yep, a part of it is there's been a lot of start and stop with him. Part of it is the
Yeah.
injuries. The other part is like the visa issues he's faced.
I was gonna say it was his visa issues for most of it, right? Most of
Yeah,
it,
I mean I think this past one was like a bit of both. Like I mean, that's just something like AEW like needs to build the infrastructure for.
yeah.
Because like it happens rarely in WWE, but like it's like you got to build those that internal infrastructure to make sure that you have that stuff on lock.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't. I guess you can still say they're learning to a degree, but they've been around what 5 years now, 4 years now.
But it's a lot to learn, man. Like WWE has
No, it is. It definitely
60-year
is.
head start, 60-year plus head start on them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm not downing them. I'm actually saying that it's probably just something they just need to learn.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
they'll work it out.
A lot of people like truly underestimate like the amount of work it is to get like all that compliance stuff and all those like relationships built to like do this kind of stuff. It's like it's not as easy as like, oh, you just fill out a form or something. Sometimes it's like it's hard.
It's a lot of studying. There's a lot of work to it, man. It's a whole lot of paperwork and all kinds of stuff.
Anyway, but Okada wins obviously in this banger match.
Yeah, I think so too.
Speaking of banger matches, Trevor.
What's the next one? We've done that.
Oh, there's only two matches left. Oh, Trevor, you know what match we're going to talk about next. You know.
I know which match we're going to talk about next.
Trevor, the best wrestling match ever is going to happen live from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to be there. I'm so hyped. Bryan freaking Danielson against Will Bloody Ospreay. Tell me about it.
Bro. I have not been quiet about the fact that I am a Will Ospreay fan. It has been obvious. I have said it. Anyone that saw me at AEW Dynamite when he came out knows how much of a fan of him I am. Yeah, Will Ospreay and Bryan freaking Danielson, as you say, one of the, but hands down, quite possibly the best professional wrestler walking around today. This is going to be a banger of a match. This is going to be the best wrestling match on the show. This might be the best wrestling match ever. Like, both of these guys can go. Both of these guys, oh my God. It's hard for me to even pick a winner in this one. Like, because it's going to be that good. It's going to be just that good.
I cannot wait for this. This is I'm the only one in the world doing this. I'm dubbing this the greatest wrestling match ever. If Vince McMahon can do it about Randy Orton versus Edge in the Thunderdome, brother, I can do it about this.
It wasn't true.
Sure. It was a good. Hey, that was Backlash. The best wrestling match ever. That was a good match. It was a very good match.
It was a good match.
It was a very good match. It was not the best wrestling match ever. This is going to be the best wrestling match ever. You have two of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots, the greatest in the ropes, the greatest in the ring. Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay. The beautiful part
this might be better than Jack Sabre Jr. This might be better than that match. And that match was a banger.
He's going to make Zack Sabre Jr. This match is going to make Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. look like Matt Cardona versus Blue Cane. Let me tell you something, brother. This is going to absolutely tear the roof off the Chyphus Center.
You reached on that one, but
this is going to be amazing, bro. This is going to be amazing.
I understand. Like I said, this might be better than that match. And that match was absolutely amazing.
Trevor, sorry, go ahead.
But no, dude, that's all I had to say. I didn't.
When I tell you, like, the second that Bryan just came out and started staring at Will Ospreay and he was smiling, like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to wrestle you. And then, like, they pan, like, and it's like the shot of both of them with the Dynasty logo in the middle. I was like, all right, well, I immediately, like the next day, like, I had, like, three separate friends, like, who are generally more WWE fans, but who are, like, into wrestling. They'll watch AEW every once in a while. They, like, texted me, like, the same thing, basically. They're like, yo, is it true that Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay is going to be at the next pay-per-view? And I was like, yeah. Like, damn. Well, that's $50 down the drain. So the boy's gonna be like they sold some pay-per-views just based off of that.
Yeah, they definitely did.
And it is, oh my good, I can't wait. I'm so excited, bro. Ooh.
This is quite possibly one of the greatest wrestling matches I've ever seen with these two old eyes.
We're still like 6 days or whatever, 5-6 days out of the pay-per-view. We're talking about how this is gonna be the greatest match ever. Oh my, I can't wait.
I'm gonna be thoroughly disappointed if they let me down.
No, Tony, I don't care, Tony. I don't care. Don't hold back. No, like I know Tony likes to do his 50-50 crap. Don't hold back, bro. Bruv, let him go out there.
We want to see it.
I want Bryan to be doing Canadian destroyers one after the other on the ramp. Give me Will Ospreay taking Bryan's head off with a Tiger Driver 91 on the table, on the apron.
I want them at their very best. I want them at their very best. I can't wait for this. Do
what Okada and Kenny Omega did in New Japan. You know how the meters for a great match usually at an 8 or a 9? It's like, all right, yeah, like. Okay, you know what? The best way I can explain this. You know when you're driving a car, right? And you got that little meter that tells you like when your engine's getting too hot, right? It's like
right.
From a 1 to a 10, right? So usually like the max that wrestling matches go, like as far as the effort people give, is like an 8 or a 9, right? It's like, okay, right. Like we can't go a full 10. Somehow Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada managed to do like their whole thing, like it's a 10 all the time. Let's go.
Right.
I want this. Like AEW. Do not hold back a single inch. Just do it. Like, do the match that everyone wants. Do the match that everyone needs. Give me Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, unfiltered. Let's go.
Yeah. I can't agree with you more, bro.
Bruv. And,
yeah.
All right. We all know who the winner is going to be. Let's say it on 3 together. How about that? All right?
I don't know if we know the winner.
We know the winner. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bryan Danielson. What? Whoa.
I did it to piss. I kind of did that to piss you off.
Look at this casual.
I kind of did to piss you off.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You make the common sense argument before I come in with my nonsense.
No, honestly, like I said at the beginning, it's hard to pick a winner for this one. This one can go either way, honestly. I mean, like Will Ospreay's first real match, right? Is a AEW? Is this his first pay-per-view or?
I mean, no, it's not his first AEW pay. I mean, no, because he wrestled at Revolution.
Okay, that's right. He did. Okay, so yeah, but real high-profile match. Like, there are reasons why he needs this, but there are reasons why Daniel Bryan needs this. Honestly, I am split down the middle. I don't care who wins. I just want a great match.
I care who wins. I will complain on Twitter so hard if Will Ospreay jobs out Bryan Danielson. No, Bryan Danielson has been taking too many losses.
Don't job him out.
No,
definitely don't job him out.
No. I want Bryan to make Will Ospreay tap out. I don't care if it ruins his momentum. I don't care if it ruins his push. I want Bryan to get a win.
Honestly, he should knock him out. I think he should knock him out.
Look at you. You're a sicko just like me.
I think he should knock him out. Like, because and I know it's gonna sound stupid, but if he doesn't give up and he passes out, he has more credibility than if he gives up.
Oh man, I can't wait for this match. They're gonna have Ospreay go over. I'm going into this with blinders on though, and I'm gonna be like,
right.
I am going to be the most annoying. Like, for anyone who is sitting next to me in the Chafins arena, I apologize. I'm going to be
to everyone in the arena. I apologize for my partner. I do.
Usually am the most like
he's going to mark out.
I keep so much decorum at wrestling shows. I like and obviously I'm not gonna like say anything or hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that. No. But when that music hits and we hear that dun 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 dun
He's
dun
going
dun,
to mark out. He's going to mark out, and he's going to be loud about it.
I'm gonna scream like a 12-year-old girl, and like I'm gonna be that fan with the phone up. Brian.
My niece is a 12-year-old girl, and that's a loud scream.
Yes,
Just
yes,
to say.
yes, and I'm sure your niece's scream is gonna be much more pleasant than mine, or would
Oh
be
yeah,
much more
yeah.
pleasant than the one I'm gonna do. Like, because it's got mine. Well, shriek. I'm gonna shriek. Like like Bryan Danielson is the greatest pro wrestler of all time. I don't care, Trevor. This is my rule. You know this. Doesn't matter. I always want Bryan to win. Oh,
I know you do. I know you do.
Bryan against this
You
new
are the
upstart
biggest
champion.
Bryan Daniel fan, and it's actually refreshing because like I've said many times, I think I'm like gravitating to people I actually like now. But like for a long time, I didn't have a favorite wrestler because all my favorite wrestlers either retired or died. So like it's been a while since I can honestly say like that's my favorite. But Will Ospreay is very close. Will Ospreay is right there. Like if I'm willing to buy a T-shirt of you, you're my favorite wrestler. That's pretty much how I go.
Just need to respond to this nonsense in the chat.
No
Job,
way. Will Ospreay is still.
Job, you know I love you. You know I respect you. And look, you from a logical standpoint, you are 100% correct, my friend. You are correct.
There's no logic when it comes to Danielson and Omer. There's no logic.
No logic.
Bryan Danielson, Omer believes Bryan Danielson created wrestling while he was 2.
You're damn right he did. Yeah, look. I will come back, not next week because we're doing the draft next week, but I will come back with my proof, my evidence that Bryan Danielson created professional wrestling. If people can delude themselves into thinking that Vince McMahon created professional wrestling, I can definitely do the same with Bryan Danielson.
I absolutely love talking to you about Bryan Danielson. I really
love talking
do.
about Bryan. He's the greatest. Like, dude, he's just and you know what? You know what makes it even better? He is like the nicest person ever.
He really is. He really is. He's like I remember even before he got he was always big in indies, but I remember even before he got really big and with the WWE, I've been to a couple of RH shows. I've said it many times. Like he'll actually sit out there and sign autographs and talk to people, and like he's such a nice dude, man. Such a nice guy. Like he well, it wasn't really his fault, but it was a botch in one of the matches he was in, and he apologized to me and my friend who was a big Bryan Danielson. Said, sorry guys, hope that didn't botch. Like we're like, dude, you didn't hit us,
bro. Like I would never do this if I ever met Bryan in like an official capacity, but if I ever met him as a fan, kick me. Like, bro, it's okay.
And he's also one of those guys that will apologize if the match took too long, or if his match took too long to come out. Like, sorry, guy, no, but no, he's such a good dude, man.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
I
love Bryan. Trevor, he's gonna win.
You do realize, like, when you talk about Danielson, like a lot of your other favorites, I kind of talk shit about, but I don't really talk shit about Danielson. You know that because I actually really like Danielson too.
Everyone loves Bryan. That's the thing. All right. Well, Trevor, 7 matches down, 1 to go. Let's talk about what likely will be the main event. Swerve Strickland, 1-on-1 for the first time with Samoa Joe. AEW World Championship on the line. It's time to batten down the hatches and talk about the main event. Is it Swerve's time?
The promos have been excellent. The action between these two has been excellent. The time for like hitting the iron while it's hot is always is always important, right? And we talk about how WWE has dropped that ball many times, especially just this year. Um, but like I can honestly say, at the end of the night, that ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Swerve Strickland. If you do not tap into this man right now, like I understand why Samoa Joe's champion. I do. I get it. It took me a second. It makes perfect sense. MJF, you knew he was fighting injury. You knew he was hurt. You need to put it on somebody that can take the company and put it on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Perfect. Perfect. Makes perfect sense. Groom someone else who's ready. Swerve has shown time and time again that he is absolutely ready for that spot. Give it to him. Not only is he ready for that spot, he's also ready to be the first, and I can proudly say the first African-American World Heavyweight AEW champion. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to happen.
You said it. I mean, you said it. Like, I was just marking out. Like, if I sound excited, it's because I am. Like, this is.
Dude,
I don't know if I've been.
I like it.
I'm so excited for this, man. Like, this is. We're gonna get to witness so much history on this show, and there would be no better way to cap it off than having the right guy winning the right belt at the right time. And having Swerve Strickland become not only the first Black AEW champion, but winning a world championship and the main event of a pay-per-view, validating his entire career up until this point, validating every decision he's made about his career up until this point, absolutely, and validating that he is really one of the best in the world. He's a great promo. I don't care what Kenny Baum in the chat says. He's wrong about it. Swerve Strickland is one of the best promos in all of All Elite Wrestling. It is true. It is true. It is damn true. No, Kenny's been. Yeah, for those of y'all watching, like Kenny like has a wild take that Swerve is bad at promos. That's just because Kenny likes the Undertaker promos. Like, I'm the Undertaker, Donald Trump, 2024, rest in peace. That's the promos that Kenny loves.
I will say, like, it's like, and you can attest to this. It took me a minute. Swerve grew on me. Like, I didn't like dislike Swerve, but like, I mean, how can you like hate on greatness still? Like, his matches are great. Now, I will agree, his promo skills were at first a little off-putting, right? I give it to him, but he's decent now, though. He's actually good now. Like, I won't say he's the best promo because he's not the best promo, but he's good.
He's a top 5 male promo in AEW, and I will say that until I'm blue in the face. I think the segment that they had, like, for me, one of the best contract signing segments ever. The segment that they had between Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, where Joe beat Swerve's ass, made him bleed, left him in a bloody pool, and Swerve said and did one of the coolest things a wrestler's ever done. Getting beat up, Samoa Joe walking away. He grabs the mic. He's like, yo, Joe, I live for this shit. And he takes his blood, signs his contract, and puts his stamp on it.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, he's winning. He's winning the championship. That's exactly what I said. He's winning the championship. They're going to do it. He's going to win the championship. Like, that moment, like, every wrestler has their moment, right? Every wrestler has their moment when you're like, oh, it's time. Oh, it's going to happen, you know? Like, Stone Cold had his. Like, all the greats. Rock had his. Shawn had his. Like, all of them had the moment when you know. That was Swerve's moment. That was definitely Swerve's moment when you're like, oh, this is really going to happen. They're really going to let him win. This is crazy.
Well, AEW Dynasty is going to be a hell of a pay-per-view, Trevor. Any final thoughts on that?
Oh, man. I'm jealous you're going. But other than that, enjoy the show, guys.